You know, Chris, I told you you'd come round once you looked into it a bit more. It's what he wants.
I know. The place looked fantastic. Nobody was being tortured. Just the concept. I can't get my head round sending my own child to a boarding school.
It's well sorted. I think that's what Joseph called it.
Well sorted. Probably beat that kind of thing out of him with the school mace or whatever they use these days.
I think they've moved on a bit since your day. The kids loved it, though, didn't they?
Well, they're entitled to for the amount it costs. I mean, why is it kids only get enthusiastic about things that scare their parents to death?
Well, because it's programmed in, isn't it? Look, if you're that worried, I'll do him a cake with a saw in it. Right, now, best get going, catch the political wave and all that.
I suppose next stage is seeing whether they've got a place for him.
Look, I'll see you.
Thank you.
Come on, I've saved your place.
So, is he here then? Partridge, eh? The snake selling us off just to keep a few fat cats happy.
We could have done with Edna being here. You and me are far too diplomatic. We need fire.
Well, I'll soon put a rocket up him, don't you worry. Mr. Mayor.
Harriet, go and ask your pal how long he intends to keep us all waiting. Because half these people could be sitting in a nice little cafe up the road instead of here.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Partridge and his staff have everything in order, Mrs. Hope.
And what about you, anyway? Where is your vote going on this landfill business?
There are clearly several factors that have to be taken on board.
And Eric is currently giving each argument the consideration it deserves, as a good public servant should.
And once he has, he'll side with the Tates, because that's where the money is. They're all the same.
Well, no smooth talker is gonna ride roughshod over this village. Am I right?
We shall not be moved.
You see what I mean? Even people like Betty wake up occasionally if you prod them hard enough.
Keep smiling, keep nodding. This is Partridge's little gathering. If it turns into a lynch mob, that's his problem.
I'm sure the facts outlined here will allay a lot of the concerns that some of you, rightly so, will be bringing up.
Who does she think she is, a lately?
Just read it, make the pluses for the area and make your own minds up. That's all we're asking. By the way, Eric, we're very grateful for Harry's support in all of this. I assume what goes for the MP goes for the mayor?
This is perhaps not the place to go into it right now, Charity.
So we'll have a meeting especially then. Great.
I think what Eric's trying to say is there seems to be a new groundswell of popular opinion we have to consider.
Absolutely.
We need to know who we can rely on.
And I am the last person to stand in the way of enterprise.
Unless there's a threat to the common good.
Mr. Partridge will see you now, Mrs. Pollard.
Oh, no, please, let the ordinary people have their say first.
Oh, get her. Well, if she's not going in, I will. Someone's got to put him straight.
Sure, it'll work out to everybody's advantage.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Always test the temperature before diving in, Eric.
Well, the head, who seems a very down-to-earth sort of bloke, I must say, reckons that your academic record is highly commendable. I always thought you could do much better.
Oh,
but
get on with it, Chris. You'll have him old enough for university, never mind boarding school.
there's a place going.
Yes,
Well, shouldn't we all decide if it's the right thing to do?
of course it is.
His mother would have hated all this.
Well, if it's what he's got his heart set on, you've seen how he is. His mother would have put his happiness first, surely.
I suppose we could see how it goes. Give him a chance.
Hey, he'll be all right. You were.